Ward, and I am the founder of this amazing project, the I'm Loving Me Project, where we inspire you to love yourself. Now, I hope everybody had a great holiday. I have to tell you that mine was very interesting, and I do have a lot to share with you guys and a lot to tell you. First, I want to let you guys know that what is it, July 24th, we're going to be here in Atlanta for our Becoming Truly You experience, where it will be yours truly and a couple of other guests, where we're going to get together and just celebrate and love on each other and then do some amazing things. Also, we still have our 5K event that's going on. If you need $5,000 for your business, if you need to write a business plan, if you need to have that need that business plan reviewed by investors, we're actually giving you the opportunity to go ahead and do that. So the actual course or class or whatever starts July the 12th, I believe. But you can actually go to imlovingme.net. Let me put it here and go ahead and go ahead and sign up on our email list, and then you'll be able to see everything. All right, let's get into it, y'all, because I got a lot to share with you, right? How do you deal with the unexpected? Of course, you know I have a personal story for this. Hey, Kim, I have a personal story for this. All right, y'all. So you guys know if you watch basketball, the Hawks actually made it to the playoffs, right? So your girl was doing a fantastic thing. I was going back and forth to the games. I have the the ability to go to the games because it just so happens that State Farm Arena is one of my clients, right? So I go to the game, y'all. One of the games that was here, and I'm moving around, jumping around. Of course, this is a game that we were losing, and I kick my feet out in anger. And then all of a sudden, I get this real sharp pain in my leg, like a Charlie horse, right? So I pulled my leg back, and I was like, all right, I done pulled something. So I'm cool. So, I just came on back and, took some pain medication, was going back and forth to work, working on my other stuff and everything. And then this weekend, I told my friends, I was like, oh man, we're going to have a pool party right upstairs where I live because it's a beautiful scene, and then watch the fireworks after that. I said, but what I need to do is I need to get the swelling down first so that I'm able to, go back and forth. So I took a picture of my leg and I said, well, when this go down, then we could do it, right? So I have a lot of nurse friends, doctor friends, and everything, y'all. And they was like, you better get your ass to the hospital right now. You better go ahead and get to the doctor right now. And I'm saying to myself, I pulled my muscle. I've been walking and working, and I'm trying to rest it because I was still, doing what I was doing. And then they started calling, and they was like, "Oh, you don't want it to be something else, all this stuff." So I was like, I promise y'all, I was like, well, let me just go to the doctor so that they could be quiet. Then we could go ahead and have our pool party and then be done with it, right? So I go to the urgent care. I go sit there. And of course, I'm one of those that hate the doctor. Not because I don't like doctors, I love them, I work with them. I don't like waiting, right? Because I have, oh, you can't hear me? How about now? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Hold on, because this is a good story. I hope you can hear me. How about now? Can you hear me now? Is it working? Let me know if you can hear me. Oh, okay. So I go to the urgent care, right? And I go when I sit in the urgent care, they was like, "Oh, you could just go do a televisit," because the people looked at my leg, and I was telling them what happened, right? And so they was like, "Just go in that room. You'll be able to see the doctor, and you'll be fine." And so the doctor was like, "Oh, did you do what the dude did from the basketball game?" I said, "Probably." He was like, "Can you move your leg? Can you do this?" I said, "Yeah." He was like, "Well, let's just go ahead and do an x-ray and all that stuff or whatever," right? So I said, "Okay, fine." Y'all, we go do the x-ray, do all that, come back, right? So he said, "You got a blood clot in your leg. You need to be seen," right? And I said to myself, I said, "Okay," right? But check this out, y'all. Immediately, what I thought in my head, I said to myself, "Y'all know my sister died from this, right? Remember, I told y'all my sister died unexpectedly because she had a pulmonary embolism and it went to her lungs, right? And she died from it, right?" So I kept calm though. I really did. I kept calm because I was saying to myself, nah, you know, my diet has been off the chain. I really haven't been, working out like that, but I've been moving around, right? So now they're saying you got to be seen, right? Because the televisit wasn't enough. So I get back there and I sit down, and the doctor comes in. They try to keep you calm, and the doctor said, "Well, um, you're gonna have to get on blood thinners. We're gonna have to you're gonna have to inject yourself at least for 4 or 5 days, and then you're gonna have to take the oral medication because the blood clot is in your leg." And he was like, "Did you have any shortness of breath or anything like that?" And I was like, "No, I didn't have anything like that, right?" And so I said, "Well, how the hell did that happen?" He was like, "Sitting for long periods of time. I do work on computers. I do this work, right?" But I'm saying to myself, damn, like I'm always moving around though. I'm always, doing something. So I don't know, right? But my diet has changed, right? So they said, "Let me get it. I'm gonna get it for you. Give me 1 second, okay?" So here's when things get crazy, right? Where I'm like, "Oh shit, this is real." The nurse comes in and says, "Okay, here is your stuff that you have to stick yourself with twice a day. These are the blood thinners, y'all, right? Now, these are effing needles that I have to put in my stomach." now, now I'm looking crazy, right? Because I'm saying, wait a minute. Wait a minute, right? I'm like, hold up now. Now I'm thinking we got to do a pill or something like that, right? To kind of get this thing over with. They was like, "Oh no, we got to go ahead and we got to thin your blood. So you got to break these off. These are needles, right?" And they said you got to do this for 4 or 5 days, right? In order to thin your blood. So now I'm sitting there, y'all, and I'm saying to myself, this shit is real. So, but I'm not afraid, or anything like that. Everybody's calling, my friends are calling. But here's what I thought about. How do you deal with something when the unexpected happens? And I was calm, but you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking more about my sister, y'all. And that's when I lost it and start crying. You know why? Because I started to remember that she'd been suffering with blood clots ever since she was a child. But it has always been something that has been on her father's side of the family. Her father died from it. Her father's brother died from it. Her brother on her dad's side suffers from it, and she also passed from it. Right. So you never thought that it will come over here, right? Because we don't have the same father, nothing like that, right? But what I was thinking about is that she'd been suffering with this since she was 12. I have it in my left leg. It's painful as shit, right? But she would get it in her leg and her arm and all this shit at the same time. I remember, y'all, my sister did not have health insurance, that the church had to come up with a collection plate so that she can afford these things because she needed months of supply, right? And it was $800 for her stuff, right? Check out how God is good. And this is why I tell y'all, you never burn a bridge. You always work that shit out. And you always find a way to make sure that those people who love you and who are close to you, you always keep them close because you never know, right? So I'm in the doctor and all this stuff, y'all. But before I decided to go to the doctor when my friends and all that stuff was bothering me, I said to myself, I said, damn, you know what? How much is this shit gonna cost me? Because I'm self-employed, right? Self-employed people, you got to pay to go to the doctor. You get some insurance. Everything is high, right? So I went and I was, telling my friends, I don't want to pay a whole bunch of damn money. I don't want to do all that. I thank God I got it to do it, but I just didn't want to do it. Here's how God is so good. I text Mr. Ward and I told him, my ex-husband, I said, because I got the dogs with me, right? I said, I got to go to the urgent care because, my leg is swollen and it's not getting any better. So he texted me back. He said, go to Town Park, blase blah, and they'll see you there. And I said, what? Do y'all know that this man has still been paying my health insurance, even though we're not together no more? When I say that I sat there for a minute and I said to myself, I said, God, there's a lesson in this. I am not going to be fearful. I am not going to sit up here and say, woe unto me. I am not going to put my mind in that space because for some reason, I don't know why I got to go through this. I don't know why this happened to me just out the blue. But I am going to go ahead and walk through this thing. So when I went there, this man is still paying my health insurance, y'all. And this is so real. This is why I tell you, you don't burn a bridge. You work that shit out. Do you know how much my copay was? $10. And you know why? Because I owed $5 because of when I didn't show up the last time. Do you know how much all this medicine and all that stuff was that my sister paid $800 for? $15. Where when I was sitting in that room, that's when I lost it. That's when I lost it. That's when I lost it. And I could not contain myself. The nurse came in. She was like, "What is wrong with you? The blood pressure over 100, like going crazy, right?" And I'm crying and I'm laughing and I'm doing all this stuff. And she said, "What is wrong with you?" I said, "I don't know why God is doing this or why am I going through this. But when my sister was going through this, y'all, she didn't have no health insurance. She had to go to the county hospital, wait hours. I was flowing through and they was giving me all this treatment like I was VIP. She had to pay over $800 for her medication. I paid $15. She paid $800 for what she could afford. It still wasn't enough to finish her treatments. Okay? Here I am, sitting in the same spot she was. And I got all this opportunity for myself. You get that? She died, y'all, because she couldn't afford this. But let me tell you something. Angels do not have wings. Angels do not have wings. They are all around you, protecting you, praying for you, loving on you, even when you don't know it. When my friends told me to go, I listened because I wanted to shut them up, not because I was concerned. You get it? When this man said, "Oh yeah, I still pay your health insurance. Go ahead and go to the doctor. You're good." I'm sitting up here like, is he for real? When I come back and I got all this pain and everybody wants to come over and show me the love and everything, I get it, but I'm cool. But I'm saying to myself the whole time, here I am. For whatever reason, I don't know. I don't know the reason, y'all. I mean, you know, all I can say to myself is for the whole year with COVID, a poor diet, not working out like I used to, all that stuff. That's the only thing that I can say right now that makes sense to me, because this thing just feels like a Charlie horse to me 24 hours a day. That's exactly how it feels to me, right? But then I sat down and I start thinking about it, because they kept asking me, "Did you have shortness of breath? Did you have this? Did you have that?" And I said, "No, but I had a cough for like a day or so, and I was wondering why I was coughing. But what I did is I just took my vitamins, because I was like, oh well, here's some vitamin C, vitamin E, some zinc, and I'm good." I said, when I did breathe deep, I would cough. But of course, I'm thinking, oh shit, a bitch ain't got no COVID or nothing like that, right? But I was like, if it is something that's going on, let's go ahead and take these vitamins. And then after a day or so, it was fine, right? Ladies, and this is why it is so important that you focus on not only your health, but making sure that you are connected to whoever it is that you believe in, and know your true self and love yourself. The blood clot stopped in my leg, y'all. It stopped there. It was in my arm because I remember the feeling. I remember my heart palpitating. I remember me coughing. I remember me feeling all this kind of funny things, right? So the whole time, for probably a week and a half, that shit was moving around my body. That silent killer was moving around my body. And I felt the tiredness and I felt all of that, but I thought it was just me overexerting myself, right? Because I do that sometimes, especially with a lot of stuff that I got going on. That shit was moving in my body. And it stopped in my leg, and I just so happened to be at a game where I was going off, and that shit said, boom, no. If I never, ever, ever had a wake up call in my whole life, this has been one. Because when things happen to you that are unexpected, they are there to wake you up. They are there for you to be aware of where you are, not only mentally, but physically, emotionally, health wise, everything, because it's all connected, right? Thank God I have y'all. Thank God I know how to stay calm and not get stressed out. Thank God I've been doing my work to know and understand if this is the last thing that God wants me to do, then I just gotta be okay with it. But guess what? I'm here. And that's the beauty. I'm here. And because I'm here, what does that mean? He ain't done with me yet. Right? Like I tell you guys, you don't have to hit rock bottom in order to change. What you do have to see and know is be aware when those things in your life happen unexpectedly, they are there to wake you up. Because honestly, it's not unexpected. There are things that you have to change in your life that you are ignoring. And your body is finally saying, no, 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 no. Your mind is saying no. You get it? And what I love about this, y'all, and what I ask God for, and what I always pray for, is I love the fact that I have these experiences and I'm willing to share. Because I promise you, you see my leg is propped up right here. My leg is propped up right here. Because I'm sitting like this. I can't sit in a chair straight because it hurts. So I'm sitting propped up just like this. And I can't do that for a long time because then I gotta stretch. But trust me, I've been up since 4:30 in the morning, moving and massaging and doing all this stuff to make it work. But when you have a purpose for your life, and things unexpected happen for you, you can't get stressed out. You can't fall back into that helplessness and everything that you know. You can't fall apart. You got to be able to look at it and say, okay, if this is what the challenge is before me, I have to be able to figure out how to go through this. Because I tell you guys all the time, challenges come. Challenges come. There is no way you can avoid challenges. Do I want to sit up here and stick myself 2:30 in the afternoon and 2:30 in the morning? No. But that's just what it is right now. Is it going to last forever? No. Will I get through it? Yes. Am I upset or afraid? No. I'm looking for the lesson. I'm asking God, what is it that I need to change about me? What is it that is in me that I need to work on so that I can get better? Because what we know for sure, y'all, and none of us on this live right now can deny it, is that our body talks to us. And what we do is we ignore until we can't. Right? So, what is it that is going on in here that I'm ignoring? Right? What kind of things that I'm allowing in my life that has got me to the point where my blood ain't flowing properly? What is the things that I'm doing to myself and what I'm allowing that is putting me in a position where it's messing with me physically? If it's work, chill out. Because that's basically what I had to do. I couldn't have a pool party. I couldn't do none of that. It was like, sit your ass down and stay there. Sit your ass down and stay there. Right? When things happen to you unexpectedly, like I tell you, it is your body, it is your mind, it is God, whoever believe in, who is talking to you, telling you, come on, come on, come on. You got to get it together. Because you know why? And this is what we can't. This is the hard part about it. Because you know what I said? I said, damn, there's a lot of people that can just be unhealthy and do all this shit and, live this kind of life. And here I am, right? I go off the deep end for a couple of months and I get stuck with this. Mm-mm. You know why it's a little bit hard for you? Why is it a little bit harder for me? Because when you are chosen and you have a bigger goal and a bigger dream and a purpose, you can't slack off. You just can't. That's the responsibility that comes with this. You have to be aware of your mental state. You have to be aware of your feelings. You have to be aware of your health. Because the world is waiting on you. Now, if I didn't matter, or if God was like, this is it, when that thing was traveling, it could have stopped right in my lungs. It could have killed me. It could have stopped in my heart and could have killed me. But that thing kept moving and moving and moving and moving till it got my attention. And now that you know better, you do better, right? So when things happen unexpectedly, it is there to get your attention. It is there as a warning sign for you to say, hey, hey, look at me. You might not want to keep doing that. Hey, I'm over here. You know it. I know it. But I am grateful and I am thankful and I am happy. Oh, yeah. Is it painful? Who, y'all? Let me tell you, I do not wish this on my worst enemy. You hear me? When I say I ain't even know, look, I'm going to tell y'all this quick story and then I'm going to let you go. Okay. So I'm in here, y'all. They give me these, they give me the pills. So you got to take the injections. Then after you take the injections, you take the pills to kind of, dissolve the clot. But really, what dissolves it is when